install Copilot. It's a plugin that lets you use local AI. I'll show you that. So that's one bonus. And the second bonus, I'll show you how you can run applications in a different operating system using Distrobox as well. And I'll explain why I have to do that later when I also do the Copilot. Okay, with that said, let's begin. First thing, I'd like to implore you to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments, because what happens is the more you subscribe, the more this content gets pushed out to other viewers, and those viewers can join, and they can either request things which I can do research and I share with you, or they can share the tips and tricks which I'll share with you. Actually, for example, like right now, just before this, I started this live stream, I was doing something that one of my viewers taught me long time ago, something to do with AI. And the funny thing is, now I was like completely lost back then. Now obviously I'm a little bit of an expert, and I tweak things that make them faster for my AMD ROCm GPU. AMD Instinct MI60 GPU. Okay, with that said, let's on to the intro and let's get started right now. So as you can see, I got it right. It's Geany plus Copilot equals supercharged coding. All right, we have a lot to do. Let's get started. Yay. I'm actually in a good mood right now because when I woke up, it was snowing and I was so sore from removing the wet snow before. So I said, no, I'm going to take a break today. I don't feel like doing this. After I looked after the chickens, I came inside, and just a few minutes ago, the sun came out. So maybe after this live stream, if I'm feeling a little bit better, I'm not so sore, I might go and just do a little bit of snow, because it's that wet snow, because it's around 0 degrees right now. So it's that wet snow, so it's really hard work because you can't push it, you have to shovel. So I might just do maybe just about the houses and maybe do the driveway a little bit tomorrow. Okay, with that said, let's get started here. So Geany 2.1, I'm using Fedora Linux. So I installed it from the repository. However, the problem is, in order to install the Geany Copilot plugin, I need Lua. Unfortunately, a while back, Fedora removed the Lua plugin, I guess because it was maybe unmaintained at that time, and because Fedora has more updated packages. So unfortunately, I did actually compile it, and the thing is, when I installed it locally, but it looks like it needs to work globally, meaning in the root users. I didn't want to do that, and plus I had to install all these other dependencies, libraries. So I was like, you know what, this is too much just to do a tutorial. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna do something else instead. I'm gonna install it. So I installed it using Distrobox. So I'll show you how to do that later. And this is another way. One of my viewers actually replied to me today, was asking how to use quadlets with Podman. So this is another way. I told him about Cockpit. He said there's something annoying, or Cockpit doesn't work the way he wanted it. So another option could be to use Distrobox. So I will. I've done Distrobox when I did the ROCm, how to install ROCm. For example, that was Ubuntu and Fedora. That's another way you can run it as well. That worked fine. It was a little bit heavy, but that did work fine. The instructions from AMD were way you need like 50 gigs or 100 gigs of disk space. That's a little bit crazy. So this one, you can just get something very small like Alpha and this. Oh, we'll get into that later. I'm pretty excited, I said, because the sun came out and I'm feeling pretty good. Okay. So Geany is a lightweight open source IDE. It supports a wide range of languages such as Python, C++, Java, HTML, PHP. That's PHP. There's a whole bunch of them. I use it all the time because it's really fast. It's obviously because it's in. I think it's programmed in C++, so C or C or C++. So it's very fast. It's open source, of course, available in various operating systems: Linux, Windows, and Mac OS. It's licensed under the GNU public license. If you guys don't understand licenses, I have done a series. I think I did one like every single month where I explained. I think the first one I did was the MIT license. Then I did the Apache license. I've done the public domain license, and I've done the GNU GPL. I guess I'm due to create another one soon. Yeah, I might do one soon as well. Well, so you can get the license from Geany's official site. Let's go take a quick look at it here. This is home. You see geany.org. It's flyweight IDE. You see it has 40. It has been translated to 40 different languages. Support for more than 50 programming languages. And you see right now the latest version time of this recording is 2.10. And the plugins for that one came out in July of 2025. So I do have the latest one. That's a great thing about using a Fedora Linux. I'm using Fedora 43 Wayland as well. So as you can see here, from January of 2025, they were looking for a new maintainer for the Windows builds of Geany. So if you're able to assist them, please do. And there we go. It's fast and small, lots of features, customizable, many file types, many plugins, as you can see here, spell checker, project organizer, and there's way more. So we're going to use one of those plugins, a Lua plugin, to install the Copilot plugin as well, and then we can actually get some code assistance in Geany. You probably didn't know that, right? There we go. So I'm going to show you all that today. Okay, so to install it, I said Geany is in the Fedora repository, so all I just typed was dnf install Geany. That was it, and it's up and running. You can also install the plugins. I don't know if they're one of the not a hard dependency, but a soft dependency. So yeah, if you're on Debian type systems, you install apt. You install this with apt install Geany. Obviously, I think it's also on a Flatpak if you want to install it that way. If you're on Mac OS, Brew, install Geany, or you can get the package from the developer's website. If you're in Windows, you go to the downloads on the Geany downloads page. So I have the links here for you. So if I click this, you see it will go to releases here, and you can get the source code. You see the Windows, there's 64-bit and the 64-bit unsigned, and obviously the Mac OS version as well, as I was saying. And then there's plugins as well. You can get them there. Okay, so now to set up the Copilot plugin, I said this is one of the first bonuses. I'm going to use Distrobox, and I'll show you this later. So install Distrobox. I used Alpine because Alpine is based on Debian, but it's lightweight. It's very popular for containers, so a lot of containers actually use Alpine. That's the reason. And then what I did is install Geany. This is you have to install Geany Lua. That's the one that was removed from Fedora. So I did compile it, and I took it off, and I said, hey, this gives me an excuse to use Distrobox. So I'm going to use Distrobox. All I did is I used APK update, then I installed it with the plugins and Geany Lua. And then after that, I entered the Distrobox, and then and then you can run the export. When you run this, when you do the export here, that will allow you to have the application running on your system as if it's just one of the it's one of the regular applications. In fact, for example, let's say Geany wasn't in the repositories. This is one way you can install an application that is on a different distro and have it run as if it's on your distro. So that's one way you can do that. It's a pretty it's very interesting. Distrobox is actually pretty awesome for that. So then what I did was I had to install curl, Lua rocks, and obviously Lua on the system. And then after that, what I did was I installed Lua JSON using the Lua rocks 5.4. I installed it locally. So that's the thing I said I couldn't quite do with Fedora, because I did locally, and then it was supposed to be the other way, but in this one it worked perfectly fine in Distrobox. And then what I did is I cloned the Geany Copilot repository. That's how I cloned it. I showed you guys this in the Git series I did, I think it ended in the summer. Make sure yours boot depth 1. This way you don't get the entire history, you just need the latest version. That's how you do that. And then I enter there, and then simply copy the files to the proper places, the copywriter and the Copilot. And then after that, I just added the path for Lua rocks, because you couldn't find it. I added it to bash rc, or you can just restart again if you want. I didn't want to do that. And then you can just run Geany. and then I just enable, obviously you enable the Lua scripts, and then you will see the Copilot there. I'll show you I'll show you that how that works. We'll do that in a sec, in a few minutes. And then of course, what you do is, you can see here, you enter the base URL. I use the default for Olama, and there's no API keys because it's a local host. But if you do have your own API keys, or if you're using something else that's what do you call it, something on a cloud, you could have your own cloud, for example. But if you don't, I'm just saying that you can you don't have to enter an API key, but if you have one, you can enter there. And then what I did was, on my host system, I started Olama. Remember, we fixed that issue, just in case you guys missed that, the last AI video I did. I did a night stream where I found out what the problem was. So there was I installed llama.cpp, everything was working fine. When I installed Olama, it wasn't working properly. So it took me a while to realize that there was a conflict. Funniest thing enough, I was looking somewhere else, and I came across this forum where the person was running on Windows, and on Windows they discovered there was a conflict. So what they did was, they had to remove one of them, either Olama or llama.cpp. So what I did was, I removed llama.cpp because I'm not going to do anything there for a while. And yeah, so then Olama started working again. I didn't have any problems with it. So if you have if it's not working properly, I remove one of them. So Olama serve, that's all you have to type, Olama serve, to start the server, and that's it. You will then be able to request get code assistance. I'll show you that as well inside Distrobox later. Okay, so now, because this is also a review of Geany, I have a glossary here, what a code editor is, what an IDE, what a plugin is, what a theme is, what open source is. So if you don't know what open source is, some people still don't understand what open source. Open source means that the code is made available. That's one part. The other part is there's no restrictions on its use. So that means that if the code is there, you can use it for anything you want. So there's no restriction. So for example, a lot of AI models, the code is there, but they put restrictions on how you can use it. So that makes it an EULA, and that is not open source. It's that simple. Okay, so they will say something like don't be evil, or don't do this, or so that restriction makes it not open source. It's that simple, even though the source is available. So basically, there should be no restrictions on what you can do. So most of the restrictions, for example, in the AI models, it's like you can't make stuff that's not safe for work. That is still a restriction. I understand why they do it, but it's still a restriction. Okay, so then that makes it not open source. SCM, for most of you, this probably means Git. It's source code management. LMB and MMB, those are acronyms for left mouse button and middle mouse button. For example, when you click in places, or when you zoom, like a dynamic zoom, you usually use the middle mouse button, or I think it's also called the scroll wheel, or whatever you call it. Yeah, so that's why there's just an acronym. So my system, I'm using the Ryzen 5 5300 GT. The G there means it has an integrated graphics. I need that because my GPU, it's an AMD Instinct MI60. I can't plug in my displays, so I plug my displays into the integrated graphics. Now I'm okay with that because when the GPU, the dedicated GPU, is used for AI and video editing and Blender stuff as well. So yeah, I use Blender for video editing, so that's why. Okay, so as I said before, I have Fedora Linux 43. It's a Wayland, and I'm using GNOME 49. That's my desktop environment. Okay, and this is the test system, this test suite, sorry, the test suite. I have a very large file. It's a 1 gig human readable file. I have a regex file, just a text with a bunch of words repeated. And then the syntax file, this is a PHP file that contains HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and of course, PHP. And then the media file is just some, this is to mimic, for example, if I'm working on a website, I'm okay putting the fav icon in Git to be tracked. So any media file will just work here. So that's why I put that there. Sometimes people put banners. That's up to you. Banners are usually much larger, so but fav icon is pretty small. So I prefer just using the fav icon. The banner, just replace it myself. And for the Java version, OpenJDK 21.09, PHP version 8.4.14, Python version is 3.14.0. The Geany version, so the one on Fedora, the one I'm using, is 2.1. However, the one in Alpine Linux, it's 2.0. I think it's 2.009 or something like that. However, it's still 2.0. So that's why there's two versions in here. But if your operating system has Geany 0.1 and has Lua, yeah, then you can, the instructions will be exactly the same. I said I did compile it also for Fedora, but I removed it because it was more of a pain, and I might forget all those dependencies and in the future, so I just removed them because they're not used for anything else. They're not like, sometimes when you install something you might use it for something else, so you can leave it around, but I didn't want to do that. Alright, for the test scoring, each feature has two parts. A score of 0 indicates it's missing the feature. A part of the feature working, it will get a score of 0.5. Now, I keep on forgetting to remove this because I do a copy pasta, but essentially to eliminate the BIOS steps, I try to use these applications on cross-platform. And for example, Geany I used to use Windows, so that was pretty easy. That was in my laptop, so I could easily test it there, especially when I was tutoring in person. When I would go to people's places or school or work, or they come to visit me, I'll have the laptop, so it had Windows. And then I also, one of my customers gave me an old Mac, so I had a Mac for a while because I was trying to test some iOS applications I was making. At that time, obviously, it became too old, and I recycled it. But so meaning that I'm no longer cross-platform. I've basically just been Linux. My laptop is pure Linux. My desktop is pure Linux. The only time I use Windows is once a year when I do my taxes. I do my taxes in one day, and that's the only time I fire up a virtual machine, and that's about it. So, all right. So, so I should actually remove this. I think I will remember one time and actually start and remove that. Okay. So, and then obviously, it says NetBeans here. You see, I did a copy paste. I'll replace that later. That should actually be Geany. Can be downloaded from the developer's website. So, wait, oh, I guess, yeah, what in the world? Okay, so there, things got messed up a little bit. I hope I got the right ones here. Anywho, let's get started. I'll fix all that up. You see, as when you copy paste using the old one as a template. So obviously there was a NetBeans one. All right, so let's get started here. I'm gonna open up Geany, a new instance of Geany, and we can take a look at it. All right. Okay, so here's Geany. It opened up here. I want to make this, okay, that's fine. I'll leave it big here. So as you can see, by default, Geany, at least on Linux, it comes as, obviously it's using GTK. It's a light theme. So you can easily change that. You can go to edit, you go to preferences, and in here you can see you can change a whole bunch of stuff here. For example, in general, you can start up miscellaneous interface. You can change the interface there. There's the notebook tabs, the toolbar. I think there's one of this. Yeah, you can even change the fonts here. An editor, line wrapping, I have that on because I use that. You can see a disable drag and drop. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but okay. Indentation, here we go. Completions, display. So you see here you can change the color. Because I'm using GTK, it will pick up the theme by default as well if I want. Right now I'm not using the dark theme, but most of the applications have their own dark theme. That's what I'm using. We go to files, and you can follow. One of the things I dislike, there's something it does here. You see default end of line character. There's something here which it does. Yeah, it says ensure a new line at the end, file end. So one thing I dislike is when you save, by default, Geany puts a new line. So if you ever find that really annoying, you can just uncheck it, and so it doesn't do that. There are some times when I'm doing something that's very specific, and it doesn't allow lines at the end. So that's what times I move away from Geany. But now you know how to change that. So really annoying there. Okay, what else? I forget where I am. Oh yeah, tools. The terminal. You can change the terminal. I can change the grep, and you can change the browser. By default, uses the system default browser. That's usually Firefox on Linux. Okay, templates. You see here, I never changed anything here. This is default. It found my name. I'm guessing this is from what do you call it? I think that's from my username, which is obviously Edward. And this one here is the this is the what do you call it? The default what do you call it? The host name. Obviously, you see I use Starlink, SpaceX Starlink. Yeah, so you can change all this stuff here if you need to. Now you guys know how to change the template data, key bindings, how to open, and all this stuff. One key binding that I really dislike is the one for deleting a line. It uses Control K, NetBeans uses Control X. So that's one thing I would probably change, because X is closer to the Control key than the K key. So that's probably one thing I would probably change, but everything else is fine. Printing, you see it uses native GTK printing there, and the terminal. You can change the background color, obviously the font as well, and you can see all this stuff here. Execute program. You can also follow the path. So this is one of the options in one of the features I want. I love the following the path, so you can enable that if you wish. And various there's other stuff in here. You can take a look at that as well. So that's it. And obviously there's help. And then you have the usual file, new file, end file, save file, print, page setup, etc. Edit, you have the usual undo, redo, cut, paste, and then you have format. You see under format you can join lines, toggle case, meaning lowercase, uppercase, all that's up, comment and comment lines, toggle line commentation, indents as well. You can insert comments. You see even some licenses here. You can insert a date. You can also add extra stuff here if you want. And we already talked about preferences. There's also plugin preferences. We'll come back to that later. Search, find, replace. Replace has regular expressions. You see here. You can toggle the regular expression if you want. And you can replace all. You can just in this session, meaning all the files open. In document, a current document, or in selection, meaning if you selected a piece. So that was a very, very good. That's in the search, and obviously go to marker, jump to line. You see the shortcut keys are also there, and there's also more if you need those. In the view, you can change the font, you can change the color scheme. So for example, I click that, change the color scheme. You can see I can choose a dark. That's obviously the default, but you can do that as well. Okay, so now you know. You can show the show line numbers, or show white space. I said it's a really good text editor, indentation guides, all that stuff, all the good stuff. Show toolbar, show sidebar. So this is really good for distraction free. And zooming in and zoom out, you see the shortcuts are right there. Control ++. This also means Control Shift. Obviously ++. I think by default this is the equal sign. So you need to hold down the Shift key. The minus sign actually works extremely well. And then obviously Control-0 to go back to normal. This one is a nice feature as well, to go back, because sometimes I think this is a newer feature. This didn't exist before, so it's very, very annoying, because you'd zoom in, you want to go back to normal, and you'd have to restart. So that's actually a very good feature. I like that. So under document, you have obviously line wrapping. You can also enable line breaking, indentation type. You see you can choose tabs or spaces, the width, excited to read only, and a whole bunch of set file type. I never do this. I just it grabs it automatically by the file extension. You can set the encoding. I just leave this as default, UTF-8 as I said on Linux. And then line endings if you're on Windows, Unix, or classic Mac. And you have clone now? Oh, I didn't realize they have that. Okay. Strip line space, trailing spaces, replace tabs with spaces, so you can see all those features there. And the project, I have never used this before except I think for tutorial, but yeah, if you want projects, you can do that as well. For me, I keep my stuff in one folder, so that's what I consider my project. I don't need some fancy UI, from an IDE to create one for me. I know how to do it myself. And then for building, this is really, really good. This is probably one of the best IDEs for this. You can make, make a custom project, make an object. You can execute and set commands. So this also works if you have HTML. Just go to execute, obviously the shortcut key here to open up inside the web browser. And then under tools, you can reload the configuration files if you want to edit them yourself. You see there's also Geany CSS. You can go and change the color styles you want. You have a color picker. It's called color chooser. You can see, you can pick, and you can get the hex code, or if you can look at the RGB here, or the HSV. That's your thing. And then what else is here? Under tools, you have a word count. Very important. You guys always wonder why you have a word count. That's why. And for example, a customer might say, can you create 300 words or something like that for something? There's always use cases for that, so I can do that. Now I think this might actually no longer be relevant, because if a customer asks me to just make up some words or some blob or something, I'm pulling, just have AI generate that and just check its spelling. You can load tag files, plugin manager. See, I have enabled spell check by default. I didn't even choose this. It picked English Canada for me. I didn't even know there's variants here with accents, without accents. Okay, Canada is really special these days. You can split the window. This is another plugin. So let me go to the plugin manager. You can see I enabled the file browser, obviously for this tutorial. I enabled spell check. I also enabled split window. Split window doesn't work the way I would like, in that you have horizontal, vertical, and then you can drag and drop things in there. It's still a plugin. It's not like part of the core. Hopefully, that is because they use a Scintillata, similar site. And then after that we have the help. Obviously, we go to the about. You can prove that I'm using Yage, which is Geany. What is it here? Does it show? Oh, here, up here. 2.1. There's credits and there's a license. It's a GNU public license. Okay, and then obviously there's keyboard shortcuts. If you want to look at them there in the help menu, you have debug messages. You have to go to the website. I already showed you that. There's a wiki, report a bug, donate, and about. So if you're able, you have the means, please donate to them. Geany is a really fantastic text editor. IDE, very lightweight. Okay, so that's it. Now, as you can see, already in this file browser here, I already have some files open. So for example, I open up, I dragged and dropped this one, by the way. So this is you see it detected the XML file, it detected the, regex text. That should be easily detected. So if you notice something here, there's even though the spell checking is on, because this file, I opened it before I enabled the spell check, right? So for example, if I press enter, you see now the spell check will work, right? See, the spell check will work. So it does work when you open it up. So we can check those settings. So if you remember, we went to the tools. You see we have spell check here. You enable it there, and then you have the split window. You can do side by side or top and bottom. If we go to edit, plugin preferences, you see there's a file browser here. You see you can show hidden files or not. That's up to you. You can also follow the path. And then the spell check, you see here we have the toggle spell check spelling when opening a document. You see now I've enabled it. And then now next time I open, if I close this document, open up, the spell check will be. And obviously here I can also change the dictionary as well. Even US has accents. Okay, that's a weird one. All right, so there we go. We're not done yet. We're just gonna start getting started. Let me grab a water here. All right. Okay, now, so the theme, I already showed you how to change the theme, so the perfect score for that. Dragging and dropping does work. I'm going to prove this in the next one, but the problem is you can't drag it to a specific location. So for example, if I want to drag something between books and regex, I cannot. It will always be at the end. It will be appended. So that's why I got a 0.5. Now opening a very large file did not crash it. Now that was because I wasn't running OBS, but now we're going to do it. You see this file here, 1 gig. You see it's 1.0 gig. So if I open this, let's say I want to put it right here in between these two. So you see, yeah, right there. You see, it's not going to work. Right? It's not going to work. So what you have to do is you just have to, the only way to drag, you have to drag and drop, meaning you just take this file, just drag it in there, then it's a little bit slow, but it will open, and it will open. Yeah, so there you go. It says Geany is not responding. You may choose to wait a while. So I'm gonna hit wait, because it does open. It does open, I think. Yeah, so I'll just wait. This doesn't usually happen. It's because I think OBS is a little bit yeah, so this must be an OBS thing. Okay, this is clear in OBS. OBS must be using too many resources. It did open. I think I even took a screenshot of it open, and I was able to edit it, which surprised me. Okay, come on. Come on, how many times are you going to play this game? Okay, it does open. Okay, I don't know why it's doing that, but it definitely does open. I think I have a screenshot with it open. That's one of what I took. Okay, all right. I'm gonna stop playing this game. Okay, you know what? 2 more times. All right, so that's one. Okay, so I'm gonna click force quit, and I'll open it up again. It opened up right away. It opened up this in a different on a different monitor, but it did open up. So it does work, and that's why I gave it a 1.0. Multiple documents clearly can be opened in different tabs and multiple editors, so that's perfect. The only problem is, yeah, so splitting. So remember that plugin? So I can't drag something here and split it here or here. So what do you have to do? You have to use that plugin. So you have to go to View. No, what was it? Tools? Yeah, Tools, Split Window. So I can pick side by side. You see it picks the this one. Yeah, syntax. Is it the one I had? No, regex. It split it here. And then if I want, I go back to Tools, Split. You see, you can't. I can't split another one. I have to unsplit, and then I have to go back to Tools, Split Top Bottom. You see that? And when I go to this one, oh, it's still there. Okay, so it looks like maybe there's a slight improvement. So it's there. And the weird thing is, obviously, this is not what I wanted, because I want to be able to drag. Oh, okay, so it looks like I can pick another one. Yeah, but it's not, it's not really the way. Meaning I can drag something here. I have to open up here first, and then it'll come here. So I can close this. It's still improving, but I think there's limitations. I said with Scintilla, the library they use for it. All right, so non-project files is possible to drag. Yeah, drag and drop them there, no problem. Soft wrap, yeah, soft wrap is enabled, and I can prove it to you one more time if I use actually the split plugin. So split window or split side by side. So if you notice, right here. What you do is, was it view? I think it was. No, line wrapping. So if I enable line wrapping, you see now line wrapping is enabled. Now you see the problem. Even though my mouse was here, this one didn't have the line wrap. That's why I said that split window doesn't work too well. You see, it does work. For example, this one, the sky darkened before the storm began. You see that? That went to the next line. Even though line 2 actually starts right here. So let's close this, and there we go. Where were we here now? Soft wrap, I've already shown you soft wrap. What is it here? Spell check, I already showed you the spell check for this word here. That works, as you saw. Word count. Okay, so let's do word count. So if I pick these 3 words, 1, 2, 3, that should be 3. So what you do is you go to Tools, Word count. You see that? It says 3 words. That's absolutely correct. If I select everything on the page, I go to, where's the word count? Tools, word count. You see there is 178 words. I'll take its word for it. Or if I see right now I'm not selecting anything, I go back to Tools, word count, 178. It's the same thing. For example, I just pick this guy's here. Go to Tools, word count. It counts 13 words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, it's got it correctly. Very nice. Go to line. So right now I'm on line 20. I'll put line 27. So I press Control L, the shortcut, or you can use the menu there, and I can press 2. You see, it will take me to the beginning of line 2. There's even an arrow there. You see right on line 2, it went me there. Obviously, you can also do page jumps and etc. So that got a perfect score of number 10 here. Number 13, indentation. The best way to show you that will be this book XML. So for example, you see catalog here. If I put the cursor at the end, I press enter, you see smart enough to go as a child. And if I go to the book one as well, it will be smart enough to go as a child. Very, very smart. I like that. For example, this author, if I go to the end, I press down, you see again, very smart indent. I think that's what I should actually call it. So that got a perfect score. Fonts can be dynamically scaled. I'm going to show you that right here. I hold down the control key, hold down shift. I'm on Linux, +++. You see that? Make it as big. That's as big as it gets. It's crazy, eh? And then obviously control negative, it goes down and make it as small as possible. That's the smallest, you can't even see that. Then control 0, boom, back to normal. Very, very good. Very, 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 very good. I like that. All right, find and replace obviously works. I said Geany for a lot of stuff. I've been trying to use NetBeans a little bit more for regular expressions, but Geany is really nice for regular expressions. It actually reminds me of Notepad++ from the Windows, when I used to use Windows. So yeah, it's not the regular expressions are not as intuitive as Notepad++, but it does work. There's just a few quirks. As long as you use that, you'll be fine. You can replicate everything. In fact, when I was looking for regular expression to use, a lot of tutorials will use Notepad++, so I just need to take the Notepad++ stuff and make it work in Geany. Okay, so what else are we here? Multiple language syntax, highlighting font file if the language plugins are installed. That is actually true. So we have in syntax.php here. You see we have HTML, we have CSS, we have JavaScript here, then we have more HTML, then we have obviously PHP. So that does work. All right, what else are we? Code forwarding. Oh yeah, that's pretty easy. You see here this body, I can just click that. You see the body tag has been closed. Even the HTML, if I click the HTML here, it closes it. So that's what code forwarding is. And obviously if I can also collapse them, just click there and they're collapsed. Oh, no, not collapsed. Expanded, sorry, expanded. Okay, so where am I here? It also works for example, this is JavaScript. It also works for JavaScript, obviously PHP as well. It also works, I think I have a PHP. Yeah, here's a PHP function. You see, it does work. Where are we here now? Code forwarding, selecting rectangular block selection or column select. So I'm going to go to the regex file here. I put my mouse right there. I hold down the control key. One more time. Oh, it's not working. Hold down the control key. It's being a pain today. I don't know why that's not working. It might be one of the plugins that's affecting, but yeah, usually you just hold down Control Shift. Okay, so I'll try that. Control Shift. Okay, there we go. Control Shift does work, and you see that's selecting a rectangle. Now I'm gonna show you with the I've zoomed in so we can get the what do you call it, the word wrap on, and to see if it also works. So Control Shift. You see how smart that is? For example, line 9 here, it says by morning the footprints had disappeared from the fresh snow. You see that? It did not select snow. So that's very smart. Also line 14, it says she reached for the book, comma, not noticing NetBeans, then note beneath it. So that also worked extremely well. You see, it's not supposed to select this line because it's a column select. So kudos, Geany, they got that right. So some really fancy editors don't get that, which I do not understand. So you got that right. So for example, I can zoom out, Control Shift, Control 0. You see, obviously it's because that's the area it's selected, but it works perfectly fine. Where was I here? I'm not able to search in the selected part. You guys saw that. What I mean by that is, let's see, what is the word NetBeans? If I pick NetBeans, Control H, and I want to change that to Geany. See, there's no way, there's no option here. Oh, it does say in selection. Okay, let's try it. It's Geany, yeah, NetBeans here. I'm gonna try it. Okay, Control Shift. Maybe I made a mistake. I want NetBeans to show up a few times. Okay, well here NetBeans, I think, yeah, NetBeans shows up. Okay, twice. 1, 2. So NetBeans shows up twice here. So that. What is it? Control H. Control H. NetBeans to Geany. I'm going to pick only selection. Oh, it does work. What score did I give it? Selection. Oh, okay. Oops, I made a mistake. I confused them. I meant obviously it does work, but I can't do. That's actually pretty good. But I cannot do. I can't do this is multiple cursors. There's no multiple cursor options. For example, if I put my mouse here and I put Control Shift, then I put my mouse somewhere here, like here, you see it doesn't work. It selects everything, so that's why it doesn't have multiple cursors at this time. Multiple cursors would also allow me, for example, to select this like that, hold down Control or Shift or whatever, and then pick something else like this. You see, it doesn't work. It only does column select. So, and now you might be wondering, why don't you just hold down the Control key? Okay, let's try that. So, for example, I go here, I go that, I'm holding down the Control key, and if I go here, yeah, see, it doesn't have, I also read the documentation, it does not have it. So that's why that one got a, what score did it get? It got a 0, unfortunately. Distraction free mode, of course, you guys saw that. We go to view, you can take off the line markers, you can take off the show message window, you see that part is gone. You can just get rid of the line numbers. You go view, see show line numbers, get rid of all that, and then you'll be able to get distraction free mode. So that got a perfect score. The file manager is here. It's a file browser, it's not a file manager. So for example, I can drop things into it. I'll explain what I mean. So let's say I open up this one, my app. You see, I can't drag it in here. It should actually show here as well. So it doesn't work very well. So I mean, it's just a file browser. It's not a file manager. So that's why we got 0.5. And then the terminal is really actually pretty good. You guys saw the terminal. I believe it's down here. Yeah, the terminal. See, I could get this to follow the. So right now it's not following the. You see, it's in my home folder. It's not. This regex file is actually in /z tutorial /editor-review. So what you do is you go to edit, you go to preferences, we go to terminal, and terminal there's an option to follow the path of the current file. See that? And I hit apply. I hope I did that right. Yeah, see now, when I picked, which one did I pick? Books.xml, you see that it's CD into that folder. If I go to regex now, you see now it also CD'd into that folder for the regex file. So that's follow path. That's really handy, especially if you have to do things like git or whatever on the command line. So that would be nice. Okay, so that's a terminal. So at the end, Geany got an 85 or 8.5 out of 10. But I've gotten a much higher score if that was in the 0 there. That unfortunately dropped it down. And some things which were lacking, but yeah, but it's still pretty good. And here are the screenshots, as you can see. Did I lie to you guys? I did not lie to you guys. I told you I was able to get the 1 gig file open. This is the 1 gig file, and I even edited and saved it. So this time, I don't know why it wasn't. I think I said obvious. I think just uses a little bit too many resources that I was not able to open it. Well, that's also not true. I think I'm also. Maybe because I was also running some AI stuff, maybe some stuff hasn't been cleared from the memory, but it does open up very large files. And as you can see here, this is the what is this one? Oh, I forgot to do. There's another thing you can also do. You see this regex file? I'm going to undo so it's saved. It doesn't really matter. So what you can do is if you right click, you can also, there's an option, yes, it says open in a new window. See, you can open it in a new window as well. So then you can do this. So this is actually a feature I didn't understand when I first started using Geany, but that's another option where, for example, you can do that, and you can do what I've just done, or you can put in a different, if you have multiple monitors, you can do that as well, especially if you're copy pasting or stuff like that. So that's one option. And obviously if you're using something like a Termix or whatever, you can obviously put it, oops, why is that work? Okay, I thought it had, okay, you can do like half screen, the bottom and top as well. So that's one option as well to, that could be one way. If you don't have a split view, you can do that as well. What I'm saying is these days people have like large monitor, like I have a 4K monitor. If I was opening Geany there, I wouldn't want one window to take up the entire screen. I would like to split it so I can, because I usually have multiple stuff. When you're a programmer, you usually have multiple stuff open at the same time. One could be simply instructions and you're just following them. So I'm saying things like that. I wouldn't mind doing that. Alright, so I already showed you the plugins. I showed you the split view. Now we're done with this part of the tutorial, the review. Now I'm going to show you how to install, how to use Distrobox. And we're going to this Distrobox, we're going to install the Copilot. Before we do that, just give me a second to make sure the live streams are working fine. I'm live streaming on Odyssey, BitChute, and Rambo at the same time. Okay, I'm assuming they're all fine. I'm not going to hit refresh. Okay, so let's continue. So we don't need this anymore. I'm going to close this. I'm going to close that version of Geany down. We're going to open up a terminal. It doesn't really matter. I think it was in my home folder. Yeah, I think it was in the home folder. So I'll just get there on the terminal here. I'll open up the terminal. Yeah, I think I can leave the terminal big. Okay, there we go. Let's clear this. Clear. Oh, no, not clear. Clean it up and clear. Okay, so I have Distrobox. If you don't know what Distrobox is Distrobox basically with Podman, or I think it also works with Docker, but I know it's with Podman, it will be able to, as I said before, you can run applications that are on a different distro, or if you want to do if you want to compile stuff and you don't want that on to mark up your current system, you can do that inside Distrobox or inside a Podman container. So that's what Distrobox allows you to do. So right now, I already showed you the commands to run. So obviously I also have Ollama running. So this part of the tutorial assumes you already have Ollama running. I've done tutorials on Ollama. If you want, if you still want one, I can probably do one maybe tonight and show you how to do that as well. But Ollama is running. So what you do is make sure you have Distrobox. I'm going to be calling it Distrobox for a while. It's Distrobox. So I'm on Fedora. I'm on Fedora Linux. So all I did was I typed sudo dnf install Distrobox. So that's what I did. For example, if I run this command, it's already installed, right? So there's nothing that's already installed, right? Now, then after that, what you do is you need to create an image. So you need to put in an image and give it a name. So the easy way, I'll tell you the one I did. I called it Geany isolated. I'll show you the command I ran. This is the command I ran. You see, I typed distrobox create, distrobox space create space hyphen name space Geany hyphen isolated space hyphen image, and the image I wanted to use is Alpine. Remember I told you use a lightweight distro, Alpine, and I grabbed the latest version of Alpine. So then what you do is you can then enter the distro box, and I'll show you how to do that. And you can also enable it. I'll show you how to do all that in a second. So after you enter, what you do is after you set everything up, this is the command that you run so that it will start automatically. So this is for my viewer, I forgot the name, sorry about that, who asked about a way to have something start automatically. Distrobox can do that for you. So so for example, the command you run for mine would be distrobox space enter space Geany hyphen ISO, or whatever name you chose, space hyphen distrobox hyphen export. This is the important part. Hyphen export space hyphen the app, and in this case it's Geany. I should have actually renamed this because right now on my system I have like I have two Geanys. One is obviously the normal one you guys saw. I just did the review on, and one is from the Distrobox container. So I should have renamed it a little bit different, but there we go. So the app is Geany. It will then have Geany. Oh, I should have taken a screenshot of it. I don't know if I did. I'll see if I took a screenshot of it. I can't remember. I usually do this tutorials, I said long way before. So then all you do is when you're setting it up, what you do is you can enter the distro box. You see you enter it. You enter the container. Let me zoom out so you can see what happens here. You see when you can enter the container, by default, no, this went really quickly. By default, it will install all the basic packages, etc. So you enter, then what you do is you type sudo apk update. If there's any updates, it will run them. You see I'm using Alpine Linux, so there's no updates. And then what I did was I just typed sudo apk add Geany hyphen plugins hyphen Geany Lua. So what that does, it will install obviously Geany, it will install Geany what do you call it? Geany the plugins as well, because it has to install Geany Lua. Obviously it would also need to install the Geany plugin. So that's what I did. And then when I finished, what I did was I then I had to install Lua. So what I did is I typed sudo apk add git curl Lua rocks and Lua. So that's because I needed Git to do the Git clone inside this. You see it says Edward, obviously that's me, the regular user, and I'm inside the distro box right now. So that's how you'd install what you need. And then after that I just run the Lua rocks in Python 4, just like the, is it actually here? Oh yeah, you can actually see the screenshot here. I didn't realize it's right here. So it's this screenshot, that's what I did. I then ran it to install Lua JSON locally, and then after that I CD'd to the home folder. If I CD to the home folder, I'll show you that on the system as well. I CD to the home folder. Excuse me. If I ls here, you see my home folder here. I already cloned this. You should see something called what's the name of it? Geany Copilot. It's GGG, should be here, is it not? FG? I did see it. I don't know, it's not showing up here. It is here, I'm not crazy. Oh, here, Geany Copilot. Oh, because these are okay, these are files and folders are down. So it's right here. See Geany Copilot right here. So after you, that's after you clone it. So you just git clone. I showed you that hyphen. I think it's actually here. Yeah, you see git clone, git space clone space hyphen depth space 1. Then the name of the. I'll show you the link in a second. And then after that, you just enter the folder and just copy the files. It's that simple. And then you evaluate the batch RC. and you'll be good to go. That's it. You'll be good to go. Now we can run Geany. Obviously I can run Geany from here from the command line, but I already have it installed using that command I showed you. So to exit here, all you have to just type, I think, quit or exit. Yeah, so I've logged out, so I'm back to my system. I want to show you something. So if you type podman ps-a, you can see that Geany isolated is running, right? And you see it says it's been running for 3 minutes. This is irrelevant because I entered it, but what I'm saying is that it's automatically, when you restart the system, it's already there because because of that command. The enter and Distrobox export, it will be there automatically for you. So as I said, I don't need to start it like that. I could have started in the command line there, but I didn't need to. I could simply just start it, and I'm going to start it right now. So I just type Geany. There's Geany isolated. There's a few of them. I think it's this one. Yeah. So when you run this, you see here it started again here, Geany isolated. So just type Geany and just to start on the command line. There we go. So let me actually make this a little bit smaller. Okay, now you might be wondering, hey, wait a minute, this is the exact same thing you did. No, it's not. Can you guys guess how it's different? Right here, you see it says Geany 2.0 because 2.0 is the version in the Alpine Linux at this time of this course, the latest version. Okay, so with all those installed, what you do is you go to Tools, you go to the plugin manager. You see the plugin manager, you have this thing called Lua script. You see, there's nothing else. You have Lua script. So you just click on that. You just to enable it, and then you can go to preferences if you want, or you can just hit close. If I go to preferences, I don't think there's nothing yet. There's nothing to configure, correct? So I can just close that. Now when I do that, I don't think I need to restart again. I go back to Tools. Yeah, see, now we have something called Lua script, and then you have Geany Copilot. Geany Copilot, and then you have Copilot. So I'll come back to that in a second. I promised you guys that I'll show you how it runs I forgot what I say. I promised you guys that I'll show you the URL for Geany Copilot. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to open up I'm going to open up here. Yes, I'm going to need the cooler fan. So I have this running already. So if I go here, so as you can see, this is Geany Copilot. It shows you how it says Geany Copilot is an AI-powered assistant integrated into Geany IDE, inspired by GitHub Copilot. It leverages advanced language models to provide context-aware code completions and creative copywriting assistance, enhancing your productivity and creativity directly within the Geany editor. Fantastic. So now, when I saw Copilot, I thought that meant it actually uses GitHub. So I was like, I'm not interested in, I want something that's local AI. That's what I wanted. However, yeah, I think the name was kind of, maybe I don't understand GitHub Copilot. That could be why. So then it says here, ensure you have Geany installed in your system as you saw. Yeah, make sure you have Lua support. That's the one, you saw that. The dependencies rely on Luna JSON library for JSON handling and curl for HTTP requests. So make sure you guys, I showed you how to install that as well. And then what you do is you just clone. Remember I showed you guys, that's why I put depth 1 so that I just get the latest. This is a small file, a small repository, so it shouldn't be too much. Then I just follow this instruction. You see Lua rocks install Luna JSON. Obviously it's Debian based. They show you how to install curl, and if you're on a Mac, use brew. Sure you guys can figure out on Windows. You're pretty smart. Okay, and then what you do is you just make this folder. If it doesn't exist, the Geany Lua should exist if you install the Geany Lua plugin. But if it doesn't, especially in your local, you see local here, you can just create it and then just copy those files in there, and then just restart Geany. I already did that before, so for me everything is working perfectly fine. And then you can also modify these files if you want to do them. You can modify the settings, which we will do. If you want to modify the settings manually, or you can see settings that include the API base URL API key. So this is why I was saying, oh, it's only for cloud stuff. But then somewhere it actually said you can use other. So here's the part. You see, it keeps on saying OpenAI has something. I'm confused now. But then it actually does say somewhere. Yeah, here we go. It says note: any compatible OpenAI API or OAI is supported. For example, Llama server, etc. So I was like, oh, I didn't actually need to have Llama. I could have used llama.cpp. But yeah, so there you go. All you have to do is just put the so the API key is only mandatory if it's actually required for example, if you're using api.openai.com. But since we're using local, we don't need it. Okay, and then after that, you just save your settings and you're good to go. You can actually start using it. You can see here how to invoke it, etc., etc., etc. Okay, I'm not being a jerk. I'm just showing you how to run it. Obviously, it's open source. It's under the MIT license. Another license which I did a complete review of. Okay, there we go. So there we go. So this one is by Devoku / Copilot. All right, so we just search for Geany Copilot and you'll come to it. So that's that one there, and we can actually get started. Now, before we do it, obviously I need to start Ollama. So I'm gonna start Ollama. All you have to just type is Ollama serve. Actually, you know what? I think I'll do it here. So this terminal should open up. How many terminals do I have open? I think I have way too many terminals open. So let me close this one. Oh, no, I should not close that one. What's the other? Oh yeah, there's a terminal here as well. So let me. Oh, I can't use this one because this one is the one I used. Okay, that was dumb of me. Okay, this is the one that's running the from the other one. So I can't run that one. All right, so I should not have used this one, but okay, that's fine. I'll just minimize this one, and that one's missing tabs. So here, all I have to do is let me clean this up. And all you have to just type is just type Ollama. What the hell? I think those are my neighbor's great grandchildren. They are, what do you call those things? The skidoos. Okay, Ollama serve, and yeah. So Ollama serve. Ollama serve. So there's something you need to change. I'll show you that. So once this is up and running, you see it detected my GPU. It's 32 gigs of VRAM. GFX 906. That's AMD Instinct MI60. And what else did it detect? Was it ready? Or sometimes that's the problem when you zoom in. Sometimes things are not there. I think it's. Yeah, so you see it detected it, grabbed all that stuff. Is there a warning or something? Ollama recommends running drivers. Oh, there's an error. It says AMD GPU version file missing. Okay, that doesn't matter. Does it take this long? I thought it's pretty quick. Or maybe it's. Oh, you know what? I think it's already running. I thought it always tells me. Okay, let me zoom out. Sometimes when you zoom in, it's hard to read. Okay, I think so. Okay, so it says Ollama server creating an engine instance. Is it? I don't think it's running. Oh yeah, it is. That's why I said. You see, that's what the problem with when you zoom in. It's already listening on this one. You see, this is the 127.0.0.1, and this is the port number. As I said, it's pretty fast. So that's so you just copy that, and you take that, and what you do is you go to Tools, Lua Scripts, Geany Copilot, and you go to Copilot, and oh, this is an error. I think I might have to fix this. Just a second. Copilot copywriter. Okay, looks like I might have to fix it. So let me open this up. I think I just left the default because I wanted to open that for you. So let's actually go and modify that. So we go here. I think it's the home folder, and we go to .config, and Geany, where's Geany here? FG, Geany. We go to plugins, Geany Lua, and Geany Copilot, and we open, I think I have to, oh, the Copilot JSON. I think this is the only one I have to fix. Okay, so here, yeah, so I did change it before. You see it says localhost 11.437, that's perfectly fine. That is the correct one. And then for the other files, there's one, there's, okay, so I click here, and the Copilot Lua, there's something I had to change, there's a line I had to change as well. Let's go check it out. Yeah, because it was looking for a specific model. Oh, this is also, oh, this is a default. So by default, it uses a 10101. That's fine. It's gonna take the one that I put in the JSON file. So that, because remember it's using Luna JSON. Oh, so I forgot to zoom in. Oops, I'm zooming in the wrong one. Okay, there we go. This is what I was talking about here. This is the base one, so you can hard code it here if you need, but there's no need to. So there's a part here where, oh yeah, here we go. You see, this one was using, I think, a GTP. What is that really small one? I think it's Neo. I think it was using a GTP Neo, very very small one. So it was hard coded. So I did change it to use the Quen 2.5 code editor. Sorry, Quen 2.5 hyphen coder. And oh, you know what it is? Is it that I have to restart Geany because I started Olama after this guy? That could probably it. I might have to restart this, but it was working before. I don't know what's not working now. What was that error again? It says Luna. Oh, Luna. Oh, did I not install Luna JSON? You gotta be kidding me. No. This is the same. Okay, this is the same issue I had when I ran it on Fedora. It's giving me the same issue I had on Fedora. I'm like really shocked. That shouldn't. I believe Luna JSON is installed. Let's. I might have to enter the. Yeah, I might have to. Let me enter it. Let's go enter. Yeah, so I've entered the. I've entered it. I believe Luna JSON is installed. I know it's installed because I did install it. I might have to reinstall it again. Okay, so let's run that command. Sudo. I'll zoom in here so you guys can see what I'm doing. Sudo. What is it? APK. Oh, sudo APK. And obviously git is there. Git curl Lua rocks and Lua. Yeah, see the files are already installed. So I did install it. I did install it locally. Maybe that's a problem. bin/Lua rocks 5 install Luna JSON. I did install it locally. This is how I installed it. See, it's already installed, but I'm guessing it didn't pick up the default one. So I'll maybe do a sudo. So installs it globally. Okay, attempting to rebuild. It is now installed. Okay, so but it still installed it locally as well. Is that what it was asking for? Let me try it again. /local sure. Oh, it's looking for 5.1. and I have 5.4. Okay, so I didn't realize that. I think maybe this is what I have to do. So oh, I didn't even realize that it's looking for 5.1 and I have 5.2. So there's a couple ways to fix this. One is obviously to one is to pretend that it's a 5.1. Or I could actually have looked in here to see if it's actually hard coded somewhere. It's looking for Lua. Yeah, I should probably have done that instead. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, so the trick is you can basically, I guess I could create a what do you call it? I could create a path. Let me check my bash JSON file, see what's going on there. Oops. Can I use Vim? Yeah, I can. Or VI. So this is for my system. I do not see here. Okay, so okay, there's a trick you can do as well. Let me show you what that is. Oh, let's say quit. So one trick is you can also actually I think I can close. Yeah, let me close this down. So one trick you can do is you can do an eval. Just add it to your. It depends. Oh, it says. I didn't see it. It depends on Lua greater than 5.1, 5.4. So that's fine. So let's paste this in here. Okay. So and then I'll do a source and see if that works. That might actually work. Paste. Okay. Now I'm gonna try Geany this time from here, and see if that actually works. See, it's still Geany 2.0 here. We go to Tools, Lua Script, Copilot. Okay, there we go. I think it opened up something I can't see. It didn't give me an error message. Oh, it's not responding. Come on. It did work before. I don't know why it's being a pain this time. Okay, I don't know why it's being a pain. It. Oh man. Okay, all right. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know why it's being a pain. It did work. I even took screenshots just to prove to you. You see here, I did take screenshots. You see, I did take screenshots. It did work. Let's see. Let me see one of those commands I ran. I'm going to see if I can sudo is it uninstall and uninstall. Yeah. So is it remove? Okay, so it's been removed. So yeah, I do not know why it's doing that. Let me try it again. Maybe that one's conflicting with the other one. There's two of them. Come on, why are you working? Oh, there we go. Ta-da! It does work. See? There we go. I told you I would get it. Another drink of water. Okay, so you can accept or reject. So let's accept it, and then it'll put it there. So you see, it does work. That's your Copilot. Oh, by the way, it was so fast. You guys, I don't know if you heard that little hissing sound. That was actually it working. Where is it here? It was actually using the GPU. So you see the GPU here. It's oh no, that's not a GPU. Let's go here. Close this one. This is the integrated one, and this is the one here. So this GPU is the one. This is the dedicated GPU. So I'm gonna open up a file. I'm gonna open up that PHP file because that one has some errors in it. So where is the PHP syntax of PHP? If you don't remember, there's some errors. For example, you see here on line 42, 43, and 44, there's clearly that's an error, meaning that this should actually be, it's missing a variable in the beginning. Okay, so I've highlighted that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to Tools, Lua Scripts, Copilot, and hit Copilot. So you see what it did here? It was smart enough to know that the problem is that on line, whatever the first line, is that this is the original, that it's missing a variable. Obviously that should be a number. On the second one, that should be a string, and the last one is an array. And you see what it did? It said number, string, and array. Okay, so if I hit accept, it's going to replace them. Now it's so fast. I don't know if you saw the temperature here. I don't even know if it even jumped. It was so fast. And I said once I fixed the Olama thing, it worked pretty well. So there we go. I can hit it. I can hit it there. And then obviously I would fix this if I wanted to. And there we go. Or whatever it was. So that is the Copilot. That's a Geany Copilot. Now, as I said, I guess that would be helpful if you're a beginner or if you're learning a new language. Would I use that myself? Not for something like PHP. I'm pretty good at PHP. What I'm saying is that if it was a language like, say, Rust, or maybe even TypeScript, where I know JavaScript very well, but I'm saying TypeScript, there are some things which I might ask it, can you convert this to to TypeScript or something like that. That could be one thing I could actually do. Now that's the Copilot. That's the tutorial here. However, you can also do more. There's also I've never done this before. There's also the copywriter. I don't know what copywriter does. What does copywriter do? It says unknown error. I don't know what copywriter is. Let's look at the settings. Oh, come on. Oh, this thing is so big. It's so big. Okay, there we go. Yeah, the window looks like it's a fixed full size. Okay, there we go. I'm trying to make this window smaller so you can. Okay. Yeah, this window is set to be full screen. I think that's a bug. Come on. Okay, I cannot get this window smaller. Yeah, I can get this window smaller. So I'll see if I can read it to you. Yeah. Oh, I can drag it. I think. Yeah, I can make this window smaller. It's so weird. And I can't even make it full screen. Full screen is usually F11. I can't make it. So, anywho, I think so it says. I think we can read some of this. Okay. Wow, it's so hard to read. Okay, I think I can read it. Okay, so it says you are a creative copywriter, copywriting assistant, and general purpose assistant skilled in writing and argumentation. When asked a question, respond in neutral tone. Stay opinionated about the particular topic. When asked to review, offer constructive feedback on the text. Suggest techniques for developing strong, I guess that means theses. Coherent structure and clear analysis. Maintaining an objective, formal tone throughout the writing process when asked to perform a task. Okay. And then you can replace the session. So that's how you hit, and you hit save. Yeah, I said unfortunately that one is obviously on a 4K monitor it's fine, but this one is like it should be a little bit smaller, similar to the other. All right, so what I want to do is let's try it out. So this here's let me see here, kingdom far away. I'm going to select that, copy it, or just select. I also copy just in case I need to. Then I go back to Tools, Lua Scripts. This time instead of Copilot, I'm going to go to Copywriter. It still says an unknown error. I don't know what's. Oh, you know what? Duh. What I should do is I should actually open up that file for the copywriter, because all I cared about was a Copilot. I should also check out the copywriter, right? So let's see, maybe I need to modify that one as well. Maybe even use a different Where's config Geany ggg where's Geany, here we go. We go to plugins, Geany Lua. So that was that we did the Copilot. Let's look at the copyright. I haven't seen what the copyright copywriter might be. Okay, so copyright is going to use the same from Luna JSON. That's fine. Copywriter. What model does the copywriter use? Is it a different model? Oh yeah. You see, the copywriter uses a different model. You see, this is the one I was saying. It's using the GTP-40-mini 2024-07-18. So I don't want to use that one. I'm going to use the same model that we're using in the Copilot. I wish these options came with the low. I wish these options came here as well. So you can select. So I'm going to use the same model because that's the only model I have for Llama. I'm going to put it here as well. I think that's the only thing I need to do. So you can check the temperature. It sets 0 max tokens and etc. So with that said, let's save that and hopefully it's going to work this time. So kingdom far away. Copy that. I don't know if I have to. I don't think I have to restart. So copywriter. Let's check it out. Still says an error. Okay. So I think I have to. Is there settings for it? I might have to restart. Let me restart. Do not save. Okay, so then I'm gonna restart. Paste the kingdom far away. Lua scripts. Did I save? Oh! Duh. Oh my god, I feel so dumb. I have to change the settings as well. What a guy. You have to change the settings. I should just have hard-coded them. Then where's the save? Okay, now it should work. I hope I don't have to restart. So let's try it now. Now it should work. I think I might have to. Oh, yeah, I might have to restart. Okay, so I think I have to restart. Okay. Let me go and oh, the temperature is going. Oh, street timer, do you want to continue waiting? Okay, let's continue waiting. Oh, there we go. A kingdom far away. And then it said recommendations, a kingdom far away. Okay, let's accept that one. Okay, so there we go. It did work. I guess I was just impatient. You know, the problem is when you have a powerful GPU, you get used to like before when I was using just the CPU, you know, I was used to waiting minutes, but when you have this, you get used to, you get spoiled, especially when you use RockM or CUDA or something. You get spoiled and you expect things in seconds. You're like, why is it not there? Why is it not there? I was just being impatient. So I don't know why. Okay, so let me actually make some spelling. You know what? Let me open up. Let's open up that one which has actually. Where is it here? The regex file, which has spelling mistakes. Let's actually say. Let me copy. Oh, right here, like this. And context action. What is that? Okay, whatever. We go back to tools. We go to copywriter. Let's see what the copywriter does. Ah, man, this thing is annoying. Why is it so big? Oh, there we go. At least okay, so it says recommendation. It appears that the code snippet you have provided contains a mix of text and what seems to be an attempt at programming, but it's unclear what language or task this is intended for. Oh, why is it using Copilot? I thought I chose the text includes a variation of color as well as random characters. If you have a specific question about this text, like assistance, please provide more details. Okay, so I'm gonna close that. Yeah, pick copywriter. I can't remember. Did I pick copywriter or Copilot? Yeah, so this is Copilot. So it says color versus color. This is the wrong spell. Whatever color. I don't think change any. Yeah, no, yeah. So that was okay. You know what? Let's. I don't know what copywriter is. I did not research that. I apologize. So let's open up this regex, not regex. Which is the one syntax? There we go. Open up syntax. I did not save it. So this time I'm going to copy this part here, and I don't know what the difference is between the Copilot. Works fine to me. Let's try copywriter. Okay, so copywriter. So copyright, it recommended there's a few syntax errors in your PHP code. Here's the corrected version. Okay. Oh, because it detected it's PHP, so that's fine. And then it says, oh, so copywriter is just it just adds variable decoration. Okay, that's not bad. So I'm guessing if I had like a code snippet and I didn't understand it, copywriter would actually either fix it or it will explain it. Okay, I'm okay with that. So for example, here it says you how you should use variables. You start with a $sign. Okay, now I understand copywriter. I feel smart now. Okay, so then you can hit escape if you want, or whatever. I guess you could copy this to somewhere else. So there we go. So that's copywriter. All right, so that's actually not bad. That's actually not bad at all. I wish Fedora came with a Lua, the Geany Lua, so I could actually use it. So that's actually pretty nice. And you see Lua, you can also do the same thing with other. You see this just a few lines of code. You're able to do the same thing with basically your favorite editor. If your favorite editor allows you to put up some context menus or maybe a shortcut key, you can do the same thing. So I'm actually happy. I thought the pop-up would be annoying, but I'm actually very happy with the pop-up because it gives you an option to reject or accept it. So I like that. So and so we got the Copilot and we got the copywriter, and we know the differences. Basically, Copilot will just fix or give suggestions to how to fix your code. That's also pretty useful, and the other one will be it will explain the code. So both are very useful, especially I said if you're learning a programming language, that will help you fix the thing for you. You know what I want to do? I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna see what if I wanted. Let me try something interesting. I'm gonna call this one test.php. Test.php. I'm gonna write code snippet that connects to the MariaDB database. Okay, so I'm going to try both of them. So and see what happens. So the first thing I'm going to do is copy that, go to Lua scripts, go to Copilot. Let's see what Copilot does with that. Oh, look at that! It gives the code. And it's so fast that I don't even have to worry about the temperature here. That's really, really amazing. Now I can click accept and it's right there. You just remove that. So obviously there's room for improvement in that. Obviously you have to remove, it's just do the code. I don't need this markdown. But I guess markdown would be nice if maybe I'm writing an article. Okay. And the code is, I can tell if the code is correct. I'm not going to connect to it, but the variables are perfectly fine. The connection, MySQL is improved. That's good. Server, that's correct. If connect error, else connected. Yep, that's absolutely fine. Absolutely perfect. I'm gonna undo that. Now I'm gonna see if we can do the same thing with the I'm gonna guess Copilot is actually just gives you the code, which is very useful, especially when you're coding in a code editor. I'm guessing Copywriter is going to do its explanation. That's usually the default with all these local AI models, even the proprietary ones. Oh, the temperature jumped up to 54, 55. That's because it's thinking it's going to write a whole bunch of stuff as well. Oh, wow. Yeah, so this is the bad thing about this is, yeah, this pop-up window is like really really annoying because it's not a dynamic window. I think the problem with this window is that it doesn't have what do you call it? It doesn't have scroll bars. It should be maybe fixed. That could probably be a fix. Maybe I can look at the code and see if I can resolve that. Anyways, the point is, the code looks correct. The problem is I can't even scroll. Yeah, that's the problem. I can't show you guys. The beginning looks fine. Looks like it gave different. Yes, it does explain it. So very interesting. And this time it actually even used prepared statements if you for selecting. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Yeah, I can't show you that. I don't know why. I wish I could resize this. Yeah, it's. Oh, let me see. Maybe I can put it down. Oh, I can't. It's way too big. Well, I'll read it to you. It says, original, write a code snippet that connects to a MariaDB database, then put recommendations, and it says, certainly. Below is a basic example of how you can connect to a MariaDB. Oh, you know what? Let me take a screenshot. There we go. I just realized I can take a screenshot. I'll take a screenshot of just the window. Then I can show that to you guys. So that should be in my most recent folder, the screenshot right here. Yeah, so this is it right here. Let me zoom in. Why can't I zoom in? What is going on? Why can't I zoom in? Okay, too much. Okay, this is what I was saying. You see the original, it has the original here, and it shows the, you see then it put the part here. And unfortunately this window, I guess if I put a big request, it's going to put way, so that's what I'm saying. The problem is this window should be resizable both vertically and horizontally, or they should have a fixed one and then you can just copy paste. That would actually be nice as well. Yeah, so you see the code is correct. So that's the difference between the copywriter and the Copilot. All right, interesting. I am really impressed with that code. Yeah, very, very interesting. Now I'm kind of torn. I like the way it works. I'm kind of torn because I thought after this tutorial I would finish and just remove it. Man, now I don't know what I should do. I really need to get that working on Fedora. You know what? Maybe I should send this video to the Fedora maintainers so they can put Lua. Wow, that's amazing. Now, and see, in the future tutorials, I was going to do the same thing, but with stuff like Vim, Emacs, NetBeans, etc. This is really, really, really good. I am actually impressed. This could make learning very, 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 very useful. Okay, you know what? I think I'll let this stick around for a while, and I'll see if there's an easier way I can get the. Oh, you know what I think I can do? I can maybe install Distrobox to compile the Lua plugin, and then I can just install it without having all that muck as well. I think I might do that. All right, so there we go. Let's finish this up. Yeah, so let's finish this up. So as I promised you guys, that's you guys got two bonuses. You didn't just get a review of Geany 2.1, you also got a review of how to use Distrobox. So and you can have things start automatically. You can also use once you install Lua, Geany Lua, you can install the Geany Copilot plugin, and you can see, obviously I'm using local AI, everything is self-hosted, but you guys can also go and if you're using one of the proprietary ones, you can go ahead and do that. Someone told me a long time ago that there are basically three people in the room. There are some people who will have what do you call it? They will have their they want compromise, for example, open source or self-hosted, so that's fine. So I showed you how to do that. That's the key of this channel. Then there are other people who just want to get things done. They don't care about the any consequences or anything like that. So I do prefer the open source model, especially if it's not a pain to do. And this is not a pain. Yes, it might look a little bit difficult. You have to tweak a few things, but once you get up and running, it's, as you can see, there's no problem. And once you understand, unfortunately, there isn't too much documentation. I had to figure it out myself, and I figured out. So it's pretty straightforward, and hopefully you guys can maybe improve on it, or some suggestions. As you saw, one of the suggestions is the Copilot part, no problem, but the copywriter that one, the window is way too wide and too tall, especially if there's too much content there, especially when you have a powerful GPU. It will be able to add more context. So, and then that would be too big even for my 4K monitor. You saw that one when I took a screenshot. It took up maybe like 2/3 of the 4K monitor. So you can imagine that if it's something that maybe if I asked it to write maybe some specific code, it would, instead of just a connection, it would obviously be bigger, and I'll be able to see it. So that is something that can be hopefully improved. All right, so let's finish this up. Again, I'm going to go a little bit backwards. So if you want the this link, I think I have it in the, you can just search for Geany Copilot. There's only one Geany Copilot. All right, so let me minimize this, and let's finish this up. As you saw, this was the copywriter. This was a Copilot, and it did work. It fixed the problems with the code, both of them did. And just make sure if you make changes, make sure you put the settings first. Then you don't have to restart. Just as long as you have that. But you need to tweak the Lua scripts to make sure that you have to hard code your model is what I'm trying to get at. Or maybe you can change the Lua script. You can edit it to be able to put in the settings. You put your model there as well. That could be a simple tweak we can do. Maybe we'll do that tonight. I'm not too sure yet. So this is a live stream. If I play this, there we go. So it's a live stream, and I'm going to stop right here. So let's finish this up. As I said before, I do have other resources. I have books available on Amazon, programming books. Hope you dive deeper into programming. I don't have a Lua book, but if you guys want me to do Lua, I'll definitely create one for you guys. You can search for Fedora Jambo. The links are just in the description. There's courses, programming courses on jamboshop.com for comprehensive tutorials. You can you learn at your own pace. There's a built-in web IDE, so you can, whether it's on your phone or desktop, laptop, etc., you're covered. That's all you need. It's a one-time payment. If you need coupons, let me know. I can generate some for you guys. Okay, and then I also have some services. If you're interested in one-on-one programming tutorials, you can visit my contact page for more details. The link is in the description, or jambo.com/contact. And if you need help with Geany installation or migration, for example, maybe you need a Copilot or you want to install it in a Distrobox, you need help with that, I can help you with that as well. As you guys saw, I know what I'm doing, and get in touch with me through the ojamboservices.com/contact. The link is also in the description. And then in conclusion, that's it. You now have got Geany installed and configured with Geany Copilot plugin. Happy coding. I do have other resources. Before we do that, I want to quickly remind you that you should subscribe, like, follow and leave comments, because if the more people subscribe, the more this content gets pushed out to more viewers, and those viewers can join and post requests, or they can share information, which I'll do a little bit of research and then I'll share with the rest of you. Or for example, if it's in a live chat, you guys will see me doing the stuff live, especially if it's a night stream. Okay, I'd like to thank everybody subscribed so far this month, and I did promise what I'm going to do is, I think the last 10 days of the month to end out the year, what I'll do is I'll probably do maybe like a top 10 of the, for example, like the top 10 IDEs which we reviewed this year, things like that, top 10 applications, that kind of stuff. A little fun little tutorial for the end of the year, and then we use that time as well also to decide what content you guys want to see for the new year and going forward. Okay. I live in a rural area, so there's no internet and the cell phone service is very sporadic, so I use SpaceX Starlink residential service. This allows me to have high-speed internet. For example, right now I'm live streaming on YouTube, Rambo, BitChute, and Odyssey, and I can download, upload, no problem at all. And speaking of the phone, I use Wi-Fi calling on the phone, so I'm able to call, receive voice calls, text messages, even multimedia text, what do you call multimedia, the rich text or whatever you call that, picture messaging. No problem without having to pay any roaming fees. So if you're thinking of getting the residential service for Starlink, please use my referral link. I'll get 1 month free and you'll get a massive discount. For example, right now there's a promo where in Canada you get the equipment for free if you use a referral link. So do use my referral link if you are. It's available for anywhere around the world, meaning that you will get a discount. The type of discount and its duration is based on your geographical location, but you will get a massive discount. So do use my referral link. And then I have the Honeywell HeatBud personal ceramic heater, this one here. This has helped me save hundreds of dollars per month on heating costs. So because I'm in this cabin here, the heating is by propane, so a truck comes once or twice a month during the cold season and they fill up the propane tanks. And then the problem is propane is not very good for heating, because it just blows, it heats up in the downstairs and then it just blows warm air, if you will. The problem is in winter, heat rises, right? So it feels cool. So what I do is, instead of setting, because I work from home, instead of setting the temperature to 20 degrees or 21 Celsius when I'm here, which would cost me hundreds of dollars, I'm not joking, like the first year I was here during the mild winter, I was paying $350 a month, which is crazy. Let's put it this way, I cleared snow 3 times that entire winter, okay? Last winter I was clearing snow like every other day, so it was very harsh winter. Anyways, the point is, on that winter, I paid $250 in February, which is the coldest month of the year. That's because I started using this mid-month, and I set the temperature to 16.5, and in this room here where I spend most of the time, I could use this guy, I leave it on low, and save quite a bit, like I said, over $100. So I expect to save even more this year. So it has low 170 watts, high 250 watts, and has a protection here. This will trips if it trips over, it will turn off. So this one, in a month I pay maybe $3 to $5 extra, so that's significant savings, so hundreds of dollars. I'll give you an example. This past November, I switched on the heater, I set it to 15 degrees Celsius. It was cold. I said every 2 days it's been snowing. I paid $130, $137, including tax and the bogus carbon tax. That is way better than I actually expected. So I'm good. So you can pick this up. It's not meant to heat up the entire room. It's just your personal space. For example, my personal space right here is where this desk is. That's all I need. I don't need to heat up the entire house. Even this room, I don't need to heat up the rest of the room. Just my personal space. That's all I need. And this guy works perfectly fine. And as you can see, obviously I dress warmly too. But more importantly, I think only one time since October, have I switched it on during a live stream. That's how comfortable I am. You see, in my personal space here. I switch it on maybe a minute, 2-3 times in an hour, so very little wattage is used. Okay, and then I have also on Amazon. So that's my affiliate link. There's no extra cost to you. I'll get a commission on a sale if you do use my affiliate link. And now I also have my first novelette. It's called The Algorithmic Serpent. So it's by me, the Edolo Jambo. It's about a scientist who creates an AI system and loses control. So he has to regain control of his mind and the AI system. This is the back, so you can see this is real pages in here. This one and its ebook version, very affordable. The majority of the cost is for example, for this one, the paperback version, it's for printing and shipping, and for the ebook version, it's for storage costs. So pick up this psychology called Thriller if you have the means, and let me know what you think. And then finally, I have my first guide. It's called the Recession Business Blueprint. It will help you start a business during a recession. I started my business in 2009 during a recession. So I even went back to school to learn learn some marketing and improve my accounting skills, bookkeeping as well. So I gathered all that information. Obviously, some information, like some of the marketing information, is dated because of meeting. For example, back then in 2009, the way to meet people, you meet the people in person, you go shake their hands, they come to you, or you go to them. The only good thing that happened during the pandemic is people got more comfortable meeting virtually. So obviously, I took that information. The information is still sound. You have to meet people, right? But I'm saying the way you meet people has changed. So that's what I'm trying to say, is that instead of printing business cards and stuff, now you exchange maybe text messages, email. So I'm saying is that I updated that information, but the information is still sound. I updated all the information that's kind of dated. The other information is still very sound, and that's why I wrote the blueprint for you. I show you how to set a budget, how to find funds, all to survive during the lean times. Those skills you learn will be very helpful when the economy goes in a cycle up down. So obviously when it goes up, you'll be sitting very well because you know how you were able to manage when the times were lean, and obviously when the economy eventually goes back down, you will know how to survive when the times are lean. You prepare. So what you do is during the lean times, you start your business. When the times are good, you expand. You keep some some resources for a rainy day, and then when times go down, you can ride it out. When you go back up, you'll be fine. So those are the important skills. That's why it's very important to start a business during the recession, and I show you how to do that. How to advertise, promote, find customers, suppliers, so whatever type of business. The Recession Business Blueprints are available right now on Amazon in paperback and ebook form. So pick that up if you do have the means, or if you want to start a business. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to me. I'll help you as well. Any type of business, I can help you as well. Get started. Funny thing is, when I started my business was a two-parter. The first part was helping people write the business plan, and the second part was the programming, right? Because I thought I'm the perfect person for that, because I started my own business. Not only I know the actual cost. For example, if somebody says, how much does a server cost? How much does programming cost? I would know it. You know what I mean? So I'm the perfect person to write your business plan for you. So yeah, so that's how I started. And actually the business plan writing was the most profitable part of my business. I had to give it up because people got confused. It's because of that guy, Adam Smith. You can look him up. He's the godfather or grandfather of the what do you call it? This type of system we have now. This economy, the economy system that's based on the West. Basically, what his idea was, you should only one thing and one thing only. So when people came to me, they're like, "Oh my God, you can't do two different things." Of course you can. Don't listen to those people. Of course you can. I had to fight my way until I gave up. So I gave that up, and then the business obviously suffered because I wasn't making as much money. But eventually it picked up later. And then later on, people are like, oh my god, you were so smart. That's exactly what we actually need. We need somebody to write the business plan who actually knows the business, right? So anyway, so pick up the Research and Business Blueprint. It's available right now on Amazon, both paperback and ebook. If you want to contact me, I have a blog in every article I write on Jambo.com. I write probably 99.99% of the articles. This is here, I'm a software engineer, web developer, and author. And you can explore my book page on Amazon. If you need support, my jamboservices.com, where I provide consultation services. And if you're ready to learn, jamboshop.com for the online courses. And of course, the ways to contact me, you can write a comment. Please keep the comments for related to the, for example, this is Geany, something to do with Geany, or obviously AI, Geany stuff. Go ahead. This comment section, I think it goes after 10 days, 10 or 15 days. The best way to contact me is use the contact form on jambo.com/contact, or jamboservices.com/contact, and or jamboshop.com/contact. All the websites do have a contact form. You can use that to contact me. And if you want to follow me, I have the channels Odyssey, Rumble, BitChute, and YouTube down there in the footer. Okay, now that said, I am going to go back up here. I think I'll leave it right there. That's good. I'm going to now go to the outro, and I'm going to check all the live streams to see if there's any chat requests. I'm going to start with BitChute. Okay, today I didn't get something from this one guy who's been posting a lot of Bitcoin stuff. He didn't post one today. I'm actually surprised. Nothing in Rumble, nothing in Odyssey. Surprising, nothing in nothing in YouTube as well. Okay, hopefully there's not a problem. For a while I had a problem with YouTube. There was I couldn't get the chat working. Even starting the live stream was a pain, but it looks like that's just on my end. I'm hoping you guys don't have a problem on your end. Okay, so I'm just gonna stop this now, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, by the way, if you want to know what the next upcoming tutorial is going to be about, you go to jambo.com, watch menu, live summary. You can see this is what we've done today. It's a 3-parter, and next one we're doing the elastic design, so that should be a short video. And then after that, Blender stuff, and then HTML5, and then we're going to do a PHP URL shortener. Okay, so that said, I am going to end this now, and I'll see you tomorrow at 2